Hi, welcome to my video. So in this video I'm going to be talking about, yes, I am using Gnome 46 right now, and why. KDE, as much as I love it, is one buggy desktop environment. Even on AMD GPUs, or Intel, AMD, or Nvidia. Nvidia is probably the worst, because of the glitchiness that you get with it. Like Discord and Steam will glitch on the Nvidia KDE system. It does not do that on like a Gnome side, as I'm using Gnome right here, and I don't see the glitch on Gnome 46 at all with Nvidia drivers, because this is the Nvidia system. As I'll show you the system specs. So let's do init-g. So this is using Wayland, and it is the Nvidia GeForce RTX 3060. This is a ASUS dual fan card. It's the white one, and it's using Nvidia 550.78, which is the latest Nvidia. There's supposed to be a beta driver coming out, version 555. Which is supposed to have implicit sync, and it's supposed to correct a lot of the problems that we have with Wayland on Gnome and KDE and any Wayland desktops. Now, Gnome 46 actually works really well with Nvidia drivers. I'm not going to say it works the best, but it works a lot better than KDE for sure. Now, AMD does work pretty good with KDE. Out of the box, there's no glitches or nothing, but there's a problem with KDE on its own. There's a bug that's been on KDE for a long while, and it's to do with the clipboard. Now, I don't know why the clipboard saves all the clipboards that you do over time. I don't like that. I wish it just clip something and paste something. That's it. Don't have to save all my clipboards. And then when you clear the clipboard on the system tray, because it does have a system tray, once you do clear everything that you had clipped, like your path clips, you just clear it all out, and you start clipping, copying stuff, and then you want to paste something. It'll copy whatever you want to copy, but to paste something, it won't paste anymore once you clear the thing out. And there's a bug that's been like that for, I noticed, since version 4.0, and it's still present into KDE till this day. And I don't know why they don't fix it, but it's so annoying. I have to log out of KDE to start pasting again, which is very annoying. So for that is one reason why I left KDE, for that annoyance. But also using it on my Nvidia box, seeing this thing glitching, plus copy and paste not working properly. I just think KDE is really nice when it comes to customization. I love the customization of KDE, though I don't like their panel stuff as much as it's really cool that you can make a dock out of the stuff that they provide with KDE itself, with their framework. Is when you go to another workspace and you want to, let's say, like if you click on the Discord icon, the dock that you made for KDE, you click on the Discord icon into another workspace, what happens is that it'll open up another Discord instead of going to the one that's already open on workspace 1, which Gnome does. If you're on another workspace, if you click on the Gnome icon, Discord icon, it'll go back to the one that's already open, which is good, because I don't need to open two Discord. I don't need to open the duplicate applications per workspace. I want workspace to work together with the other workspace. I want a more dynamic desktop, kind of like what Hyperland does as well. But you see, KDE is not really dynamic as much as you think it is. It's not. So when you open up another application, it kind of treats it as like another desktop, like another session. You know what I mean? Which it shouldn't just work with your other application. If you have one open, it should just go back to the one that's already open on the other workspace. That's one thing I really don't like about KDE. It does that. And it's been doing that for a long time, and that's one thing I stopped using KDE for that reason, because it's not really dynamic workflow compared to Gnome. So I really like Gnome Workspace Switcher. I think it's really great. I think this here is awesome. I really like this. That's one thing I miss when I was in KDE. I missed this Workspace Switcher. I think this is probably the greatest feature that Gnome had. They may took out some features, but this feature that they include here, instead of having the same activity, this little workspace switcher, it is the greatest thing that Gnome ever added into the desktop since the transition to this Gnome shell. I think that the workspace switcher is a major big W for Gnome. However, I wish that the dock would be visible. I don't understand why it's hidden behind their workspace switcher activity. It should be visible on the desktop. Okay? And I don't like when you load into Gnome, it goes to the activity menu first. But when you load up an application, it goes out of the activity menu. So why show that first? You should show the user the desktop. I know you want everything hidden, and you're just showing the users like, yeah, we have everything, but it's hidden behind a wallpaper. Things should be visible, okay? Gnome, it's not. You shouldn't hide it. It's not in your way. Having the dock visible makes your multitasking so much more faster and quicker. Going to this here, they're going down to switch between applications. I think it's the vanilla workflow of Gnome is not really, maybe it works well to the developers, but for most users, they rather have this dock here be visible on the desktop, or have it both. Have it visible in the activity and have it visible on the desktop. Also, I like the dash to dock, and I like blur my shell. This makes the shell of Gnome look so much more modern. It looks so much more better. Guys from the Gnome team, please, if you're watching the video, please make Gnome better. Okay, improve it. Little UX improvements like having the dock visible, having the option to add your trash bin onto the dock, and when you mount something to the system, it shows their mounted drives on the dock. I think that's very convenient. If you don't want to add desktop icons, at least make the dock useful. You guys have a dock, make it more useful, make it more customizable. Okay, the vanilla dock is not bad, because that's what Dash Dock is using. It's using the vanilla dock. It's just that it gives you more customization. Like, they make it more blur, and it blends in with the blur effect. I think this looks really nice. I think like Dash Dock and Blur My Shell now really works together. Like, if you notice the dock here, it's all blur with the Blur My Shell. It's just very consistent. It looks really nice. I like the new update of the Dash Dock. It looks really nice with Blur My Shell, and it's very consistent. It makes Gnome look so beautiful. Like, you guys have to admit, this looks really nice. It really looks like macOS a lot. Okay, like, it does have a macOS feel to it. And I like that, because I am a Mac user as well as I am a Windows user. And I will say one thing about this, and this is the honest truth. I'd rather have a Windows desktop, Windows 11 desktop, as a Linux desktop over all the desktop that Linux provides you. Same with Mac OS. I'd rather have that on a Linux system over all desktops that Linux has to provide you. I think using Linux for the last 25 years, all the desktops that Linux have, and it always will be, it's always been shit. Okay? Always been shit. I don't care what anybody says. Okay? I just enjoy window managers making like a desktop look very different from just very, you write your desktop, it looks so unique and different, and you know, it's cool and it's fun, but you are really blowing up your system a lot. It's making your system really bloated. You got to add a lot of applications to write your desktop. Use, like, especially Hyperland. Like, I noticed, like, I'm installing this application, that application to do this and that and that and that and that. It's like, oh man, I'm like, this is a bloated system, even though it's lightweight. it's still very bloated. I already just use a desktop environment because it's all there. It's all functional. You know what I mean? I love Hyperland, but every time I use the Hyperland, like I gotta add a panel. I gotta add Blue Man for Bluetooth. I gotta add Network Manager Applet, into the system tray. I gotta add this. I gotta install that. I gotta install this. I gotta install that. It's like, man, I don't want to install all these applications. Every time I'm set up a desktop, I just want a desktop. I want the desktop to have all the features. Now, that said, KDE has all the features I want on GNOME. It has a system tray. It has, visible, panels that is on the desktop. They have desktop icons. I could care less about desktop icons as long as that they make the dock visible on GNOME and they add the trash bin and mounted disk onto the dock itself and then make the dock customizable. Basically have dash a dock built into GNOME as a default feature would be really cool. Also, we need tray icon system. I don't care how you implement it on GNOME. We need a desktop system tray, some sort of system tray on GNOME, okay? Because a lot of applications that I use, a lot of people that use applications do require a background app system tray. I know you have the background app for Flatpak applications, but what? What? Okay, so I'll close the application. Now that the application is closed, it will show that it's still running in the background, which is good, but you can't do nothing with it. You just can close it. That's it. It just shows that it's being run in the background, but there's no function. Like a system tray gives you functionality. Like you can click on the system tray. You could, I know, I guess notification does that. Yeah, okay. You can do that with notification. Okay, well, that is kind of good. Maybe have everything, not just Flatpak applications, because this is from Flatpak. That's the only reason why it shows in the background app. If you have Discord or anything open that's not from Flatpak, it won't show it here. It has to be Flatpak only. It has to be sandbox applications only. I think they want it consistent. And I think the reason why they have this integrated for Flatpak, because I think Flatpak will be the future of application. I think command line application installations will go away eventually in Linux. Sadly, but I think the Flatpak will be the main de facto package management in the future of Linux. Just like they're standardizing, the init system to be systemd, and they're standardizing the display server stack to be Wayland. I think package manager will be the next thing, and I think Flatpak will basically be the default package manager for all Linux systems. Be easier to maintain, and it's all across the board. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what distribution you use; it will all have the same consistent package managers to run all the same applications. So you're not limited to to packages on distribution. But I don't know how that's gonna all work, because Gentoo would be very different if you don't really use source base, because that's the whole point of it. But I don't know how that's gonna work out, but I think something like that, like the background apps for Flatpak, okay, it's future proof. But now we need something. We need to have not just Flatpak applications, but applications that are built without Flatpak. We need a background app for that as well, or some sort of system tray for GNOME. And I hope that they figure it out, and I hope they figure it out soon, because that'd be great. But other than that, I do consider GNOME really, really great. I do have these two applications here. If I close Discord, it's still got it needs a tray icon. It won't show it. So since I don't have a system tray, even if I close Discord, it's still open. The only way I can kill Discord, I would have to kill it from System Monitor, or p-kill it from the terminal, which normally you would just exit out of the system tray. And probably there is an option of Discord that you can not use the system tray, probably. So maybe I could just take the option out, which I should. Anyways, but I do think Gnome needs to have a visible panel, like a dock. It needs to be visible on the desktop, and also they need a system tray. And I think that would really improve Gnome a lot. And I think a lot of users would be happy with Gnome, just stock Gnome, if that was out of the box experience, a visible dock and tray icons. I think that would please a lot of Gnomies. And I think that's the reason why a lot of people, they don't use Gnome, because of the system tray being missing. And I know you can use extensions, but I try not to use extensions. I want the really the vanilla feel of Gnome. I think Gnome vanilla is great, but I think that they need a visible dock and system tray icons. And I think if developers are listening, please include that into the desktop. I'm sure you'll make a lot of users happy, and it would make me really happy. I always stick with Gnome always and forever on Linux. I'm gone anyways because I think Gnome works really well. I think it's a great desktop. I really like Gnome. I'm a Gnome fan, and I always will be. And I do like KDE. I do give it a try. I do like KDE. I do say a lot of good things about KDE. Don't get me wrong. Just because I complain about KDE, it's not because I hate it. I want developers to hear me out, and I want them to improve it. And I'm letting them know that there's a bug with the copy and paste clipboard thing, and they need to sort that out because that is so annoying. It annoys the crap out of me that I can't use KDE. And also, they need to make a dock for KDE as well. Please make a dock, like a special kind of dock widget for KDE. Just an idea, I'm just throwing it out there. Have like a dash dock-like dock for KDE. That'd be freaking awesome. I don't like to make a dock out of the panel stuff that you guys have because it's not like I said, when you open up an application, you want to go back to that same application when you're on our workspace, but it opens up another one instead of going back to the one that's already open. It's not dynamic in that way. If you guys can make a dock that does that feature, that'd be awesome. That'd be really awesome. Actually, I would really like that a lot. Anyways, that's just a thought. That's just ideas. And thanks for the watch, guys. Have a good one. Cheers. Yeah, I gotta open up the application. I can't use the system tray anymore because there's no system tray. I took it out because I don't want it. I want to use a desktop without a system tray. I want to use Gnome the way the developer vision to be Gnome in some ways, but yeah, for me it's not practical. I think that they need a system tray big time. We need a system tray in Gnome, man. Cheers.